Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you loads of different Nintendo controllers working on the Xbox One X. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to take the main controllers from each generation of Nintendo home console, and I'm going to get them working on the Xbox One X playing Xbox games. And then just for a bit of fun, I'm going to also connect up the Donkey Kong bongos and also the infamous U-Force as well. So should you replace your Xbox One controller with any of these? No, of course not. This is just for a bit of light-hearted fun, just to show you that it can be done. So in each step of the video, I'm going to show you the adapters that you need to connect up to make each of these controllers work. The NES controller, so that's a Nintendo Entertainment System controller. It's a wired controller with very limited buttons, so we're only going to be able to play this on certain games. Now to get this to work, we need to plug it into an NES to a USB adapter, and that's made by Mayflash, that's the packaging there. And then from there, it's going to go into a Cronus Max Plus, and that's the packaging for the Cronus Max Plus. Now, every single controller in this video will feature the Cronus Max Plus. Now, the great thing about this adapter is it allows us to remap the buttons so we can choose them to do whatever we want them to do. So when you first of all plug this in, by default, when it's on its default setting, you will see that start is actually right trigger and select is left trigger. But that's no good to me because I want start to be the Xbox home button. So what you do is you plug that into your PC and then you reprogram it, you map your buttons to tell it to do what you want it to do. And it is actually very straightforward once you get your head around it. You can remap a whole controller in a couple of minutes and then you save that profile. So for example, I've saved it to profile number 1. And then on here now, when I press start, instead of being right trigger, it's home. You see there? So that's the great thing about this adapter. Right, now let's get a game working on it. So as you can see, I'm moving around with the D-pad. I'm using A to fire, and you can hold it down for continuous fire. Now, when you first of all start this game, it doesn't feel very responsive on the firing, but as you get more into it, then you will get more and more power-ups and better weapons, and you can upgrade your plane to have laser and shield and all the rest of it. And then I can aim with this one here and shoot with this one here. And crouch. And then we can use this to change to the first person shooter. Here we go. Right, so you get the idea of it. That's the N64 controller on Battlefront. The Nintendo GameCube controller. Now, unfortunately with this controller, although it does feel lovely in the hand, I can't get it to work properly with the Xbox One X. Basically, I've got all the buttons to work apart from right on the D-pad and right on the analog stick. So, up, down, left work on both of them, but unfortunately, because I can't go right, you're completely limited to the games you can play. But I have found one, that's Pinball FX, because on that one, you're just using the flippers like you would do on a normal pinball machine. So with that one, it's working on the right and left triggers up here, and it's actually quite nice because these are quite springy, so it kind of feels quite good playing.
I guess the features of it. This is an old system. I don't remember when they were released. Does it say a date? 1998, I believe. I believe that's right. It's quite old. You can see it's quite... Alright guys, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today, I just feel like talking about my favorite handheld system of all time, the Game Boy. But to start it off, we gotta start at the beginning. So let's get this all out of the way. Sadly, I don't have the original Game Boy, but I do. This was the first one that I have had, the Game Boy Color. And let's just go over, I guess, the features of it. This is an old system. I don't remember when they were released. Does it say a date? 1998, I believe. I believe that's right. It's quite old. You can see it's quite used. And this is like the standard purple. And yes, this thing takes AA batteries. So many AA batteries. And the only inputs on this game system are the B button, the A button, the up, right, down, left, and a select and start. There is a volume control. It's just like a cylinder, and you scroll down for volume down, scroll up for volume up. And there is an input for communicating with other Game Boys, which you'd use this cord, if I can grab it into the scene, and then you could actually like battle if it was the correct game, like Pokemon or something, or trade and all that stuff. And it was very
is possibly, and this won't apply to all Game Boys, but you're also going to need a tri-tip screwdriver. And what I mean by tri-tip is, if you were to look at the head of the screw, it would actually look like this instead of like this. This would be like a traditional Phillips type screw, whereas the tri-tip or tri-wing kind of looks like that. Kind of looks like a Mercedes Benz symbol. It's a special screwdriver you need to actually take those off. And just so happens, I got this kit from Harbor Freight here in Las Vegas. I'm sure they have stores in other cities. This kit was only $4.85, and it has exactly the bit that I need. Now, not all Game Boys are going to need this bit. The launch models, I know for a fact that you also have a launch model Game Boy. It just uses regular Phillips screws. So if that's yours, then you can just use like an eyeglass screwdriver to open it. Otherwise, you're going to need that tri-tip bit. I'm also going to go ahead and take the game out. So the first thing we're going to do is take the screws out. There's 6 of them. Here, 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 here. Now if you have a tri-wing bit, like the kind you'd use in a drill, or one of those multi-tool screwdrivers, that's not going to work, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Take these out. Now here's where you're going to have a problem if you try to use a bit as opposed to one of these slender kind. On these bits, generally the tip is kind of short, less than 1/2 of an inch, and then you have this portion which is used to be held in the screwdriver or the drill or whatnot. The top screws on the Game Boy only allow so much to go in there, and you can't reach to the screw.